Yo, what's going on, guys? Anthony here. Welcome back to another absolute slapper banger of a video. And in today's video, I'm going to be walking through and giving an overview of my cost cap CBO testing strategy, since a lot of you guys have been watching the recent videos and showing a lot of love. Thank you, by the way. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why this testing strategy is so elite and showcase some of my results that I've been able to generate over the last 7 days or so of running this strategy. Or I think it's been slightly longer than 7 days running this strategy. It's been a really awesome thing to see in real time that it's actually working and having the intended effect of allowing me to test as many products as possible, as efficiently and as profitably as possible. And so I'm going to break down exactly how this is set up and give you guys essentially the blueprint as to how to structure your testing campaigns. So whether you're using a general store method, whether you're doing a niche store or you're doing a one product store, this is the testing strategy that I would recommend you to use if your main goal is to test as profitably and make as much profit in testing as possible. And that's a key thing here, is that this strategy is built around product testing, not necessarily around optimizing for profit. So essentially what we're doing is allowing ourselves to be able to test as high of a volume as either products or creatives as we want, depending on whether or not we're doing general or one product. And then also to be able to be as profitable in testing as possible as well, because the more profit that you have in testing, obviously, the more that you can spend to fund future ad tests or future product tests, and the longer that you can stay in the game. So let's not waste any time and jump straight into the video. So really quick, just breaking down the lifetime stats. I think I'll go ahead and throw today in, even though today's not finished. Well, actually, we'll just go ahead and leave it on just the 17th through the 27th. So this is every product that I've launched this month using this exact system and setup. And as you can see, $1,500 in amount spent, $3,000 in conversion value roughly, and a 1.91 return on ad spend. And we are missing some conversions on Facebook. So I was initially using WeTracked, and not even that was able to bring accurate conversion reporting into Facebook, unfortunately. So I'm going to test out Triple Whale over the next week to see if that improves tracking performance on Facebook, as well as giving me access to a third-party tool where I can see better conversion, or hopefully more accurate conversion data there as well. So we are missing some conversions, but guys, 1.5 to make back 2.9 on a completely brand new set of products on a completely brand new store. And you guys have seen the store as well. I've been very public about the store. So this is it right here. And let me see if I can pull this up on my phone. We'll just do it another time. But this is the store. Very basic debut theme or dawn theme, whatever the default Shopify theme is. Very simple setup. And again, you guys have seen these strategies that I've been posting on my most recent videos, which is basically finding AliExpress products that are attention grabbing or eye catching, have some sort of wow factor or uniqueness that makes them seem like you can't get them in stores. So it gives that extra urgency to want to buy now. High quality or high perceived value products that we can easily bundle together. And then I'm taking those and generating product descriptions with ChatGPT, basically saying, give me a 2-sentence product description for this AliExpress listing, and then give me a set of feature bullet points. And then I'm also generating the size charts. The images from AliExpress become my image ads on Facebook, and then the description becomes my ad copy, and then the product title becomes my headline. Sometimes I'll actually throw in the offer as the headline if I have one for a particular product, but I'd say 95% of the time I'm just going to be doing the product title because it's easier. So I'm then launching and testing each of these products inside of Facebook, and each of these products gets their own campaign. So every single one of these products that you see on the site is either scheduled to be tested or currently in testing. So I'm recently expanding out into home decor, because a lot of you guys have left feedback of, hey, Anthony, I don't want to sell clothing. I know that comes with its own set of headaches, which fine, that's totally fair. So I'm currently testing a bunch of home decor style products that, in my opinion, are much less likely to actually get returned, because you don't have to worry about sizing. What you see is what you get, generally speaking, with home decor. So I've got some cutlery sets here. I've got some, this old teacup. This was a previous winner that I tested way back in 2021 on one of my old general stores, and even like this French bread pillow. I thought it looked cool. I thought it looked like a TikTok product. So other products like that, and even some like higher end looking stuff as well, like actual like lamps. Like I thought this looks like literally like a Philips product or like a Dyson product. It looks very high end. So I wanted to test this. And then there was another really cool looking like vintage desk lamp. I could see a lot of like people who are really into like desk setups and things like that wanting to buy this product. I think it's really attention grabbing as well. I personally don't know where you can buy a light bulb like this. So I thought I would test it out as well. But just to give you kind of a general idea of what I'm shifting my product testing towards, because I know a lot of you guys have said you don't want to sell clothing, and that's totally fine. So I'm trying to demonstrate that this strategy works with non-clothing items as well. So that is the setup on the back end in terms of the website and what I'm using for ad copy, images, and things like that. So when we get into the campaign setup, you'll see every campaign is following this naming convention, which makes it extremely efficient and easy for me to understand how a product is performing and what my cost cap targets need to be in order to actually be profitable, or if I'm potentially losing money as well. So that's another thing. Every single campaign here you see is built using what is called manual bidding, or a campaign bid strategy, otherwise known as cost per result goal. So this is most commonly referred to as cost caps. And what I'm doing is I'm creating basically one CBO campaign, advantage campaign budget. I'll set that campaign budget anywhere from $100 to $350 per day. Now, again, you're not likely to spend that full $350. So if you see that number and you kind of freak out, don't worry about it. With cost caps, but what we're essentially doing is we're giving Facebook a target, a performance target in the form of a cost per acquisition target to be able to strive towards and spend towards. And if it can't hit that target, we're instructing it essentially not to spend. So every single one of my products on my site is getting turned into a one CBO campaign. Within that CBO campaign, we're going to have two main ad sets. We're going to have one ad set for our primary market and then a second ad set for a worldwide countries list. And that worldwide countries list is going to contain a bunch of countries, and I'm slowly weeding some of them out, seeing which ones are worth spending into, which ones are not spending into. So this is essentially going to look like US, or let's say all of North America, all of EU, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Japan, Hong Kong, and then Australia and New Zealand, generally speaking. And then I am taking out certain countries depending on if I've spent a ton and I'm getting a ton of traffic and I'm just not converting, then it will cut those out. But generally, as long as you include North America, EU, Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, Japan, Hong Kong, and then Australia and New Zealand, then you should be good to go. We're using completely broad targeting. Well, I guess I totally am lying because this should be broad targeting. So actually just caught myself. Maybe that explains why that's not performing as well. So we're using completely broad targeting on the two ad sets. And then in terms of the actual creatives themselves, for me personally, because these products don't really require, a lot of selling or a lot of UGC video ad scripts, I'm doing the image ads directly from AliExpress. And to be honest, if you look at any home decor brand or any non-problem solving product brand, if you look at clothing brands, in fact, let's run through some examples really quick after I explain this. But you're not going to see a ton of complex creatives. In fact, you're mostly going to see images of products, either lifestyle images, UGC images, or just regular product images or render images as well. There's really like four main types of images that you'll see for non-problem solving products and brands. And that's literally it. They're not doing some crazy complex selling. And you'll see the ad copy in those brands as well. In fact, let's take a look at one while we're doing this, just so I can really drive this point home. So if I look up a brand like Aloe Yoga, for example, for those of you guys that are unfamiliar, massive brand for yoga and performance gym wear for men and women here in the US. I don't know how big they are in other countries, but I know in the US, they are massive. And as you can see, look at their creatives. Literally just a lady wearing the actual product. In fact, it's kind of pixelated. So it's not even a high quality image. And then some of the other creatives that they have, this looks like they're running a dynamic creative or a flexible ad, literally just like an image of the pants, right? If we scroll down, obviously they're going to have a bunch of videos as well, but they have no shortage of image ads that they're running that are very, very simple. And so if we look at our creative for our product here, this doesn't look far off from what you'd see from a typical 8 or 9 figure established e-commerce brand that doesn't sell products that require some crazy explanation or solve some type of problem. So another brand that is pretty much my blueprint archetype brand for non-problem solving products and dropshipping in 2025 is this brand called Architecture. And as you can see, this is a company where pretty much the majority of their creatives are just regular image ads. And if I actually do a search with Google Lens on this image here, I guarantee you will find this on AliExpress. Let's see. Okay, we see it on Walmart, Let's see if we can scroll down and maybe find this one. Okay, I see it on Temu, which for me is close enough. Like if it's on Temu, you could probably find a similar one on AliExpress if you dig deep enough. But the main point of demonstrating this is just to show you that when it comes to selling things that don't, again, require some type of crazy explanation. Or here's a really good example, right? Piece of cutlery, exactly like the one that we're essentially selling as well. And there's not, they barely even have ad copy. In fact, they have a link. All they have is a link, and there's the actual product itself on AliExpress. All they have is a link and a picture of the image in a lifestyle setting. So if we go to our product as well, that's exactly what we have. So there's no major difference between our store and their store, at least from an ad perspective, right? Pretty much everything is the exact same. And people in this niche and in these niches, this is what they're expecting, or they're accustomed to seeing images for products as opposed to, long drawn out UGC videos. So we don't have to, it's important to meet your audience with the type of content that they're used to consuming. And people in this type of audience are used to seeing image ads and just seeing photos of really cool and interesting products and then clicking on them and then deciding whether or not they want to actually buy. And that's kind of the main premise of this strategy, is we're really capitalizing on the strength of the product itself from a visual perspective, from a profit margin perspective, to be able to do like 80% of the heavy lifting and the 20% to be from the creative and just getting people to buy. And then I should say 100% of the effort is really done from the cost cap that we set as well. So that is the setup. Again, I have one ad. If I see a bunch of images on AliExpress that I want to test, I'll do multiple images. But as long as you have one image and it's the best, most attention grabbing image from AliExpress, use that one. And if you want to add multiple images, you're free to do so as well. I just like to do one just to keep it really simple. And so I can launch, when you're launching one ad per product, you can literally get up like 30 products in 30 minutes. It's ridiculous. So that is the setup. And the larger sort of, and let me publish that because I was targeting people who want jackets. Now, in terms of the actual like media buying and the technical setup of these products as well, in the naming conventions, I have the product title, and that's not a good example. Let's go with this one right here. So this is the plush lamb wool hoodie. And in the naming conventions, I have 3 numbers. I have my break-even CPA, my profit target CPA, and then my testing cost cap CPA, or TCC. So essentially what this is how much money I can spend to break even on a conversion. So for this particular product, my break even point is 50 US. So if my cost per purchase here on the right says 50, I'm breaking even exactly on this product. And the way you figure that out is you take your sale price minus your cost of goods, minus your shipping, minus your transaction fees, and whatever is left over. And then whatever your transaction fee is going to depend on what Shopify plan you have. But generally speaking, it's about 3% plus 30 cents on every transaction. So take 3%, multiply that times your sale price, and then add 30 cents as well. And that's going to give you the number that you then subtract from your sale price. And then whatever's left over, that is your break-even CPA. That's how much you can spend to acquire a customer before you turn unprofitable. So you have your break-even number there. And then I have my profit target CPA. So I know if I hit a $34 cost per purchase on this product, I'm generating 20% net profit after my cost of goods, after my shipping, after my Shopify and transaction fees. So for me personally, I set that profit target CPA against a 20% net profit margin after all expenses. That is my personal threshold for what I want every product at a minimum to achieve. If you want to achieve a higher profit margin per transaction, then set your profit target CPA against 25%, 30%, 35%. Just know that the higher that you set your profit target CPA, the more difficult it is for Facebook to achieve inside of the ads manager. So I think 20% is the perfect balance between still maintaining profitability on every transaction, but also giving myself a high enough profit target CPA that gives Facebook the best chance to spend. Then the last number here is called the TCC, or the testing cost cap. And the reason why I have a separate TCC, or testing cost cap, is that I test every product 20% below my break-even CPA. And the reason why I do that is because I want to give my products the best chance of success at actually spending and delivering. And when you're on a brand new ad account with a brand new store with brand new products that you've never tested, that are generally not pre-validated, that means you have a bunch of unproven stuff, which means the likelihood for Facebook to spend right out of the gate consistently at your profit target CPA is low. And I'm seeing a lot of success with starting products at this TCC, so 20% below my break-even point, and then gradually moving them down closer towards my profit target CPA. And as you'll see, there's usually a larger discrepancy between the break-even point and my testing cost cap than there is between my testing cost cap and my profit target cost cap. So what I mean by that is I'm $10 below my break-even point, but I'm only $6 away from my profit target. So it's generally, in my experience, a very nice sweet spot and a very nice balance where you're setting the cost cap low enough to where you'll still be profitable on every transaction, but you're also going to maximize the probability that you get decent spend in the testing phase. So I start every product on the testing cost cap, whatever that is, so 20% below the break even. As you can see, this one's at $40.87. And then the main goal here is if you're getting consistent spend and you're actually getting performance at the testing cost cap, your main goal is over the next 72 hours to 7 days. So from 3 to 7 days, you want to be gradually stair-stepping that cost cap down. And even a $1 change in the cost cap can lead to drastically different levels of spend. So I'm dropping my caps anywhere from $1 to $3 every single day. If I see a product is hitting full daily spends and I'm actually hitting my testing cost cap target, then I'm dropping that cost cap target, or I'm dropping my cost cap, and then I'm also increasing the budget as well. So the main goal here is, in testing, we're setting it to the testing cost cap target to give it the maximum chance of spending. If it shows that it's actually spending, which is an indication that Facebook believes it can get you conversions at that CPA target, remember, this is just the testing phase. So once you've proven that you have a product with a cost cap that can spend consistently, the main goal is budget goes up, cost cap goes down. Because if budget's going up, you're getting more volume. And if the cost cap is going down, you're getting more profit. And you combine those two together, you're getting a higher volume of profit. And that is the goal with every single product eventually, is to transition it into scaling aggressively with lower and lower caps and higher budgets. These campaigns have been on since about the 17th of January. But why am I in if I go last 7 days and if I go all of January, you'll see that these campaigns have basically only been on since about Friday, I believe it was. Okay, no, the 23rd. Was it Thursday we started? Okay, no, then was it the next day? Okay, it wasn't that day either. When the fuck did these turn on? I actually don't know. Okay, I don't even know when these turned on, which is not good. But if we include all of January, basically, these products have been on for like several days and their budgets are at $100. And you'll see most of these products have not spent $100 in daily spend, right? So if I filter this, right, we have a couple products that have spent, 2x their daily budget, but overall, none of these products have spent more than 3 days worth of their original $100 daily budget. And that is a good thing, because I am testing products, and over the last, month or so that I've been testing these products, I am actually insanely profitable in testing because I'm setting my product prices very, very aggressively, doing a minimum of 3x markup. So a 1.9 blended across the board on all of these products is actually insanely profitable. And blended overall, most of my products are going to sit at around a 1.7 to a 1.8, equal to 20% profit. And so this is insanely profitable. Now, a lot of people will see this and be like, okay, well, yeah, you are $1,500 in spend at a 2+ return ad spend, but your products aren't really spending. And I would say I'm okay with that. I'm not spending as much as I would be without cost caps, but I am infinitely more profitable than I ever would be on lowest cost. And if you want to be aggressive and run without cost caps, and you just want to get way more volume, feel free to do that. But honestly, guys, I've tried both methods. Especially in testing for dropshipping, and I'm telling you, most beginners do not have the budget, nor do they have the stomach or the frame of mind to actually sit and watch lowest cost, highest volume campaigns just burn their budget before they eventually run out of money and they can't test any more products. So all of this strategy is built around, and the philosophy of this is, how can we test a product with as minimal downside as possible to be able to see which products are actually worth investing more into? Because now, based on some of these products, I can increase my cost caps, I can increase my budget, I can introduce bundles, I can add in more creatives as well. And now I have a nice kind of I've been able to sort of dip my toes into the water to see if products are actually worth investing time and money into. And the major benefit is that I'm not overspending on losing products. So for example, these high waist leggings, $115 in spend, 0.69 return ad spend. Imagine if I didn't have a cost cap. Imagine if that campaign was allowed to spend $100 every single day, and $300 or $400, $500 at a 0.6 return on ad spend would absolutely crush my wallet and my ad account. And so that's why I love this strategy. And that's why I think it is one of the most powerful and efficient ways to be able to test products as much as you want, because you're using cost caps to be able to protect your downside and ensure that Facebook will only spend when it can hit you conversions, get you conversions. And when you're setting your cost caps against a target that is profitable, then you're ensuring that Facebook is only spending when it can make you a profit. And so if I was just to 2x the number of campaigns that I have, I could, in theory, 2x my overall revenue and easily be floating by at $1,000 a day in spend, which is why I'm putting together a mini course inside of God Tier Ecom, my private course and community on school, which, by the way, first thing in the description, if you're interested in joining, that will teach you exactly how to set this up, where we're doing one campaign per product and we're launching anywhere from 10 to 20 products every single week with that downside protection in the form of a cost cap. And one last thing I forgot to include was that I have noticed personally that my best performing campaigns have all been campaigns that have run using a 7-day click only. So basically, if I click into here and I go by return on ad spend, my best campaigns with the highest volume and just overall best performance are going to come on 7-day click. So I have completely removed 1-day view attribution from my ad account, especially ever since I went public with this store. I have been getting a ton of traffic from YouTube, which are not my customers. They're just other marketers that want to probably steal my products and see what I'm doing. And so the downside of that is obviously, Facebook is seeing those things as signals. And so what I've done is basically eliminated view attribution. I'm noticing the spend be a lot more efficient. And again, some of my best performance is coming off the back of these campaigns that are running 7-day click only. So that is one major change that I've made overall since the previous videos that you might have seen, is that I'm running everything on 7-day click. So that is going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit more of a detailed walkthrough into what I'm actually doing inside of Facebook and the actual setup. So again, we're doing one campaign, CBO, for every single product that we want to test, 2 ad sets, one for your primary market, one for a worldwide countries list. That's going to include North America, all of Europe, Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, Japan, Hong Kong, and then Australia and New Zealand as well. Then we're doing very simple image ads. You take the AliExpress image, you put that in as your image ad. You're taking the product description that you generated from ChatGPT. You're using that for your ad copy. And then you're taking the headline, which is just your product title. And then the product title is going to come from ChatGPT as well. Driving that traffic straight to the product page. You are setting your campaign bidding strategy to cost per result goal. And you're going to set your cost cap to 20% below your break-even point. In your naming convention, you're going to include the name of the product, your break-even CPA, your profit target CPA, and then your TCC, which is your testing cost cap, or in other words, what is 20% below your break-even CPA. You're going to start all of your campaigns at 20% below your break-even CPA. If they're spending completely within the first 3 days, you have room to drop the cap and increase the budget, and that is how you essentially scale. In terms of actually scaling these campaigns, you can do increments of 2 and 3x. You can be much more aggressive on cost caps than you can on lowest cost, because you have the cost cap in there to be able to protect your downside. So even if you set a $1,000 daily budget, if there's only $500 worth of available inventory at your target CPA, you will only spend $500. And that's why most of these campaigns have only spent $100 to $300 on average. So that is going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed and got a ton of value out of this as always. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to get access to my complete masterclass that shows you step-by-step how to pick products, how to set up these campaigns, and all of everything that you saw in this video and more, then check out the first link in the description to join God Tier Ecom. We're currently making a push to try and win the school games, which means the price is the lowest it will ever be. So if you want access to my complete masterclass, 3 to 4 weekly Q&As every single week, a free one-on-one coaching call, monthly live workshops with myself, and over $1,000 worth of free shared SpyTool accounts, PP ads, Calo data, Lumen theme, the list goes on. Check out the first link in the description. There's a 7-day money-back guarantee if you join, so if you can try it, and if you hate it, you can get your money back. So first thing in the description to join God Tier Ecom. Otherwise, hope you guys got a ton of value out of this. As always, wherever you are in the world, make sure you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.